Welcome to the Sports Perspective TV, viewers and subscribers. As always, thank you for tuning in. And if this is your first time coming across the channel or you haven't hit that subscribe button as yet, definitely subscribe to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the T20 World Cup warm-up match between the West Indies and Australia. It was a brilliant match, a lot of good performances in the match. So we're going to be reviewing the match, talking about the scores, and some of the player performances. So just stick around to the end of the video while we discuss all of these things, right? So getting straight into it. So starting with the lineup, right? So the West Indies lineup for this match was so you had Shai Hope coming in for Brandon King. Brandon King was rested for this match, so it was Hope, Shai Hope, and Charles opening. Nicholas Pooran batting at 3. Ravman Powell, Shimron Hetmeyer, Sherfin Rutherford. So both Rutherford and Hetmeyer were in this lineup. Romario Shepherd, Akil Hussain, Gudakesh Motie, Shamar Joseph, Alzar Joseph, and Obed McCoy. So that was the West Indies 11 for this match. And as I predicted in a previous video that both Shimron Hetmeyer and Sherfin Rutherford would have taken part in this match, just to get them in match shape, especially Sherfin Rutherford, after coming off not playing any matches in the IPL. So so the scores in the match, West Indies batted first and they scored a huge total. So batting first, West Indies got to 257 for 4 of their 20 overs. It was an outstanding batting performance by the team, right? And leading the way for the team, there were contributions from pretty much all the batsmen that batted, right? Because the team only lost 4 wickets, so only all the team didn't bat, but all the batsmen that batted contributed with the bat. But the leading contributor for the team was Nicholas Pooran. Nicholas Pooran, he scored 75 from just 25 balls. Yes, that's 75 from 25. Smashing boundaries all over the place. And so if you remember, his good form just continues. So he had a brilliant IPL season, and he finished the IPL season with a similar knock. In that innings, I think he scored 71 from 29, and he started his World Cup campaign or World Cup preparation with a brilliant innings as well, scoring 75 from just 25 balls. Like I said, smashing boundaries all over the place from his first ball. He just came out and just started hitting boundaries. So a huge innings by Nicholas Pooran, and he's definitely ready for the T20 World Cup. And I'm excited as a fan to see, what he does in this T20 World Cup. Just expecting great things from Nicholas Pooran. Also contributing with the bat was Captain Ravman Powell. He scored 52 from 25. Sherfin Rutherford, he scored 48 from 17. So both him and Hetmeyer, were at the crease towards the end of the West Indies innings, and they ensured that the team finished with a lot of momentum. And that was a brilliant innings from Rutherford, especially considering the fact that he hasn't played any competitive matches since that since the Australia series, or no. Well, yeah, he hasn't played any competitive matches in a while. Didn't play in the IPL, but he came into this match and was smashing the ball all over from the get-go as well. Charles also, he got 40 from 31. But and we expect Charles to, at the top of the innings, be that aggressor and score fast. But in this innings with Pooran batting as well as he was batting, Charles played a more of a supporting role to Pooran, rotating the strike and getting Pooran back on strike. So it was a good innings by Charles as well. And so it was a combination of all of those players. So Pooran 75, Powell 52, Rutherford 48, Charles 40. Shai Hope got 14. He was the first one to get out, and even Shimron Hetmeyer, he scored 18, not out as well, to help propel the team to 257 for 4 of their 20 overs. A huge total in any format, but especially the T20 format. You can't ask for more than that from the batting. Australia, in reply, they got to 222 for 7 of their 20 overs, so they also batted well. But such was the nature of the West Indies total. They weren't able to to chase down the West Indies total. But nevertheless, it was brilliant batting by Australia as well. And top scoring for them was Josh Inglis. He got 55 from 30. Then Nathan Ellis with 39 from 22. And there was 28 from Agar, 25 from Tim David, 21 from Adam Zampa. David Warner also got 15 off 6. So the Australian batting lineup definitely did their thing as well, and made the match very exciting. They got as far as the power play, right? So they got off to a very fast start, So at the end of the power play, Australia was 89 for 3. So from a bowling standpoint for the West Indies, we definitely would love to see them improve as far as the amount of runs conceded, but you definitely cannot complain about the wicket taking. So them taking 3 wickets in the power play was actually what made the Australia team not able to get up to the total that we scored. So positives to take from the match as from a bowling standpoint, even though the bowlers were expensive, or most of the bowlers were expensive, is that they took wickets in the power play, and even in the South Africa series, they took early wickets as well. And that's something that, I personally wanted to see the team do. And even in the previous series against Australia, that's something the team struggled with. So good to see that, the bowlers up front are potent enough to get the batsman out, even if they concede a few runs. And it's expected in T20 cricket. Sometimes, you're going to concede runs, but if you concede runs and get wickets, that's very important. And that's what the bowlers did. So Shamar Joseph, in his first over, he went for 18 runs, but he picked up a wicket. Alzar Joseph and Obed Mackay also took wickets in the power play, and to get the West Indies off to a decent start. So bowling for the West Indies, we have Gudakesh Motie. He led the way for us again with the bowling in terms of wicket taking and also economy. So like I mentioned earlier, the bowlers were expensive, but Gudakesh Motie was brilliant again, right? Taking 2 for 31 from his 4 overs. It goes without saying now at this point that Gudakesh Motie's spot in the team is secured. It would definitely be surprising for me if Gudakesh Motie is not included in the team. Other bowlers, so Akil Hossein, he bowled 4 overs for 45, taking 1 wicket. Shamar Joseph, he bowled 2 overs, considered 31 runs and took a wicket. Alzar Joseph, he considered 44 from his 4 overs, taking 2 wickets. Obed Mackay was the most expensive. As far as runs considered, he went for 50 off his 4 overs, taking a wicket. And Romaro Shepherd bowled 2 overs for 19 runs. So from a bowling standpoint, like I said, a bit on the expensive side, but sometimes in T20 that's going to happen. But the important thing was that the bowlers took wickets at key intervals to help restrict the Australian team. And sometimes in T20, like I said, that's what you're going to have to do. You might go for a bit of runs, but as long as you're able to get a wicket, that can have an impact on the game, and it definitely had an impact on this game. So overall, a good performance by the West Indies. The team is definitely, and coming off that series victory against South Africa, and now going up against Australia and winning as well. And there will be people that try to make the argument that the Australian team wasn't at its strongest, which it wasn't. They were missing some of their key bowlers. But if you look at the bowling for Australia, bowlers that played in this match that we do expect to be in the Australian starting lineup are Adam Zampa, right? Josh Hazelwood. We definitely expect him to be in their bowling lineup as well. And as a matter of fact, Zampa was the most expensive bowler in this match, right? He went from his 4 overs, he took 2 for 62, right? So he went for a lot of runs. Also, Josh Hazelwood, from his 4 overs, he went for 55 runs. So very expensive. Tim David, who none of us expect to bowl for Australia, once Stark and Cummins and Maxwell and all the other bowlers returned. He was their most economical bowler, only going for 40 runs from his 4 overs. Even Nathan Ellis, who they have in the team as an all-rounder, he was there. He went for 42 runs from his 4 overs. And Agar, who can be considered a frontline bowler for them as well, he went for 58 runs from his 4 overs. So For those people that want to make the argument that the Australian bowling was weakened, bowlers that you do expect to be in their lineup were the most expensive bowlers for them. So that's no excuse. And at the end of the day, West Indies can only play against whatever lineup they come against. So a huge shout out to the West Indies team, especially their batting and their brilliant performance, and definitely looking forward to see how they do in this World Cup. I am looking forward to great things from the team, and yeah, just excited for the World Cup to start so they can get to work and start on that path to winning the T20 World Cup. But that's all I have for you in this video, viewers and subscribers. As always, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.